I've been playing around with this for a few weeks now, and I think I about got it right. So we are going to make a different treat today. And it's very popular in Europe, in England specifically, and possibly in the Midwest. And when I tell you what it is, you might think, oh, that doesn't sound very good, but I can assure you it is very nice. What we're going to make is some apple pie type cheese chips. So apple pie with cheese. They serve that in England and it's very popular. They slice of apple pie with some melted cheddar on the top, and it's just delicious. You have to take my word for it. But we're going to make some chips kind of following along that line. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to mix up our apple pie spice. And I just went online and I found a mixture recipe for apple pie spice, and it's pretty basic. So what we're going to put is 8 teaspoons of ground cinnamon, all right, 2 teaspoons of ground nutmeg, and 1 teaspoon of ground allspice. Now, I don't have one of those fancy little bitty whisks to mix that all together, so I'm just going to use a fork and get that all mixed together. Now in my trials, I added a little bit of sugar to this, and when I freeze dried them, I think they came back a little bit too hard, too crunchy. And I'm sure that was a lot to do with the sugar, because I've made what we do, cranberry brittle and some other kinds of brittles with fruits and sugar, and that sugar does make it very crunchy. And it was just a bit too much for my apple pie, I'm thinking. So this time we're going to do it just plain, no sugar. So what I have is one of these little shakers here, and I got about, I don't know, a tablespoon of uncooked rice grains. We're just going to put that in there, and that's going to help it stop from caking up. And let's see if we can do this with the funnel here and get this powder in there. Without making too much of a mess. And that seemed to work nicely. I'll put our lid on there. Put our plastic lid on there for now and just set that aside. Now I got a bag of these Granny Smith apples. We're going to do a few of these at a time. I'm not sure how many I'm going to need. What I'm going to do with these is peel them and core them. Let's see. Let's go ahead and run a core through it first. Looks like I got it. Alright, I'm just going to take my potato peeler and we're going to peel these. I guess you'd say that's an optional process, but I when I freeze dry my apples, I like them peeled. I don't like the chewiness of the skin. And we're not too worried about these turning brown because we're going to bake them anyway, so we don't need to soak them or anything. Okay, that's 4 of them done. Let's get my mandolin set up. Now you want to make sure you use this to protect your fingers, because we're going to be cutting very thick slices. I'm going to go 9mm slices. Now what I have here is a 6-ounce pack of grated Parmesan cheese. And what I found is you really don't want to go overboard on this. You just want to do a small pinch on the bottom, kind of just to give the apple something to sit on in each of the molds. Kind of like that. And we're going to put our apple slice on top of that cheese. Like such. These are turning brown, but we're not worried about that because once we bake them, they're going to be really brown anyway. Alright, now we're going to take our apple pie spice, we're going to sprinkle over the top of those. Just dust them. Just like that. And we're going to take our cheese and just top those off with a very small pinch again. And I just kind of brush all the cheese inside the mold. Just like that. Now I'm going to do another tray of this, and I'll preheat my oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. While I'm doing the other tray. Be right back. Okay, so there we got it. Now, my oven is preheated to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. I'll just give that a couple more minutes of preheat. And then we'll pop these in the oven, and I'm going to put them in for about 10 minutes and check them. I want the cheese to just start to be melting, but I want the apple to be tender. That's what's more important than the cheese melting. So we'll check it at 10 minutes and see if it needs a little bit more. If you follow my onion rings ones that we did, that was 20 minutes, and I found that that's too much for the apples. So we're going to go 10 minutes and I'm going to check it later. So I'll see you in about 10 minutes, your time, a couple seconds. I'll see you then. And there you have it. 10 minutes seemed to be about the right time. The apples are kind of tender. The cheese has just started to melt. The bottom cheese has obviously got crispier than the top cheese. So we're going to let these cool down. Once these cool down, I'll come back and I'm going to do another load of these. but I need these set of trays. So we'll come back after I do my second load, and then we'll taste one of these fresh, and we'll get them ready for freeze drying. I'll see you then. Okay, there's my final batch, fresh out of the oven. So I ended up with 41 chips. I used a 3-pound bag of Granny Smith apples and 1.5 pouches of the Parmesan cheese, just to let you know. So I'll let these cool down, and while those are cooling down, let's do a taste test on one of these that have cooled down already. Just see what they taste like fresh. Oh man, those are delicious. Oh yeah. The apple still got a little bit of a crunch to it. The spice that we put on is not overwhelming, but you can taste that. Man, it just goes together. Those are going to freeze dry nicely. All right. I'm going to let these cool down before I pop them out. I'm just kind of loosening them from the edges right now, so I can get my knife under them when the time comes. Here's some fire trucks in the background. As they cool down, they can come out pretty easy before they're cool. So I'll just put that one there just to finish that one off. That's all there is to it. Now I'm going to get these all trayed up, ready for my freeze dryer, and I'll be right back. Alright, so there we go. There's 40 of them. I put 10 per tray, just spread them out pretty well. Put paper towel underneath them because that cheese does have oil in it. That'll soak up any oil when we're freeze drying it. So we'll get these in to my freezer, get them frozen solid. Once they're frozen solid, I'll fire up the freeze dryer. We'll transfer them to the freeze dryer, and next time you see them, they'll be coming out of the freeze dryer. Let's look forward to some fancy, neat, new chips. I'll see you then. Well, I got a confession to make. These were in the freeze dryer a little bit over 40 hours. I got stuck in watching that Netflix mini-series, The Pacific. And my God, I'm an Air Force veteran, and it reminds me why I always respected the Marine Corps. My dad was in the Seabees, and I joined the Air Force, but we always respected the Marine Corps. And if you ever watch The Pacific, you might get an idea why. So, these were in there a little bit longer than they normally needed to be, but they're done now. So, what do we got here? I'm going to package these up real quick, and we'll save some for a taste test. Alright, got those in bags. I put about 6 of those in each bag. And I'm going to put a 300cc O2 absorber in each one. Zip it shut. back. All right, the light has gone out. It is ready to seal. So we'll just throw a nice little heat seal on these. And I'll be right back. There we go. Turn that off. We'll let those sit out for a day or two. Just make sure everything stays sealed. Plug that. Let's taste these. Let's see if they're as good as I think they're going to be. Nice cheesy slice of apple, baked apple with apple pie spice. Let's see. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Those Granny Smiths got that tart apple taste. Perfect. Oh yeah. Those are very nice. Who would have thought that cheese would go so well with apple pie? But those are delicious. Well, I think you guys are going to like these. If you try them, let me know what you think. And I thank you for watching. And I look forward to seeing you next time. Cheers.